Yo YouTube, what's up? I'm Tim, and this is a Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. So we are in Week 2 NFL predictions. I was like, I don't know, like 6-8, 6-7, somewhere around there last week. Needless to say, I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be with my predictions. I guarantee you I'll have a better record this week and a winning record this week. So let's start off with Game 1, Atlanta at Arizona. There are no Thursday games this week. But Atlanta at Arizona, I'm going to take Atlanta. Atlanta cannot play as bad as they did last week. And with all due respect to the Arizona Cardinals last week, they really didn't play any better than the Rams. And the Rams, after all, are the Rams. Which tells you a lot that really the Cardinals just aren't a great team. That's what it comes down to. I'll take Atlanta in that one. I think they should win somewhere like 31-14. I don't think it should be close, but I don't know. Game 2, Tampa Bay, Carolina. Tampa Bay won last week, but they played the Browns. Carolina lost, but they played the Giants. I'll take Carolina in this one. Tampa Bay impressed me a bit. I like what Josh Freeman's doing there, but I'm not sure they're a contending team. I don't think the Carolina Panthers are, but there's no way Matt Moore's going to go out there and throw three picks in the red zone again like he did last week. Being that he threw those 3 picks in the red zone really shows you that they were close and they were in the red zone, which means they have the potential to score a lot of points. I would tend to think in the red zone this week they'll run the ball a bit more. I like the Panthers in this game. Game 3, Baltimore at Cincinnati. This is an interesting one. It's at Cincinnati, so I will take the Bengals. If it was in Baltimore, like it will be later this season, I'll probably take the Ravens. The Bengals look tough or bad in the first half. They seem to get with it in the second half. The bottom line is if Carson Palmer is throwing to T.O. and Ocho Cinco and they're playing well, that's probably going to be enough to beat the Ravens' defense. Offensively, the Ravens did not look too hot, but they were playing the Jets, who are one of the best defenses in the NFL. The Ravens are 1-0. The Bengals are 0-1. I'm going to take the Bengals in this one, though. I think it's going to be close, but late in the game, I think Cincinnati's offense will win this one. Next game, Kansas City at Cleveland. Look who was right on the Monday night game. Do you know how many people personal messaged me last week and said, "You're an idiot. You called the Chiefs over the Chargers. Oh, the Chargers are going to the Super Bowl. Phillip Rivers is a beast." And I said, yeah, you're right, he is, but the rest of the team just isn't that great. Well, look what happened. Chiefs beat the Chargers. Everyone else in America's puzzled. I'm not. I'm going to take the Chiefs again this week. I like a hot start out of the Kansas City Chiefs. I think this is a team that even has the potential to go 9-7 this week. And the bottom line is, if the Browns can't beat the Bucks, the Chiefs are an improvement over the Bucks. Even if it is in the Brown Stadium, Jake Delhomme showed that he still throws picks, and he just can't throw anymore. That's the bottom line with him. I'll take the Chiefs in this game. Next game, Chicago at Dallas. Dallas had a disappointing week 1 against the Redskins, and everyone told me, "Oh, I bet you miss McNabb." Now, if you watched that game, he really didn't play that great. Hence, them only scoring 13 points. The Cowboys just played terrible football. And D'Angelo Hall had that interception, which really pretty much won the game. Or fumble recovery, I should say. This is a tough one, though. It really is, because I like what the Bears' defense did in the first game, but the offense just looks so pathetic. Jay Cutler can't carve up that Lions defense. I don't have any reason to think he's going to carve up the Dallas defense. I'll take Dallas in this game. I don't know how you can go with the Bears at this point. They're just not a very good team, and I think Jay Cutler has proven to be one of the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL. That's the bottom line with Jay Cutler. Next game, Eagles at Lions. God, that game last week was a pain in the ass to watch. Eagles just I knew they were going to lose, and I didn't think it would even be that close. But I didn't think it would be that painful to watch. And the bottom line was everyone comes away thinking Kevin Cobb sucks, which really he doesn't. We're hearing Vic's going to start in this game. I still think if there's any way Cobb can get on that field, he needs to get on that field because he doesn't want to lose the city, and he's pretty close to doing it already. So if Kevin Cobb can be on that field, he will be out there. Either way, though, they're playing the Lions. The Lions will have Sean Hill going at quarterback this week, and Sean Hill isn't terrible. I mean, he started, I believe, at the beginning of last season with the 49ers, ended up losing his job to Alex Smith. The bottom line with the Lions is they're just not a great team. They're a team getting there, but the Eagles are the better team. They should win this game. They should. I don't know what they're going to do because I don't know who's playing, and their middle linebacker's gone, their center's gone for the season, and right now their quarterback's gone, and I don't even know if that's good or bad. We'll see. Buffalo at Green Bay. Buffalo surprised me. In my survivor pool, I took Miami over Buffalo. I almost lost. I got to tell you, I was watching that game on CBS, and I was sitting there, come on, Miami. Chad Henne didn't overly impress me in that one, but this should be a game Green Bay handles easily. They're at home. Aaron Rodgers plays way better at home. He didn't play real well last week either. But I'll take the Packers in this one. I think they'll get off to a 2-0 start. But they have a big problem without Ryan Grant. A guy who was out there and got traded to the Broncos, Lawrence Mooney, he really should have been someone they were going after because I think he's an improvement over Brandon Jackson, or at least will get Brandon Jackson going if you bring him in there. They need to bring in another running back, and I think they probably will. It's a matter of can they bring in someone that will make enough of an impact. Ryan Grant's a pretty solid running back. It's tough to replace him. Miami at Minnesota. This is a fun one. I'm going to go with Miami in this game. I know it seems weird because it's at Minnesota, but the Vikings did not look too hot in that first game. It just seems Brett Favre like to start off 0-2 and then come back with this roaring hurrah to win the division or make the playoffs. So I'm going to take Miami. I still like the team they have there, and Brandon Marshall didn't look great. Chad Henne didn't look great. I doubt these guys are going to play like they did last week. I like what Miami's doing down there. They have a pretty solid team that should be competitive. I'll take Miami in this one. Next game, Pittsburgh at the Titans. Geez. This is tough. I'm going to take the Titans in this one only because they're at home. The Steelers were able to beat out the Falcons last week. Their defense was incredible. The Steelers' defense was incredible, and that shows you what $1 million insured hair will do with Troy Polamalu out there. I'll take the Titans. Vince Young looked solid last week, though. Chris Johnson, I think the Steelers' defense is good, but I'm not sure if they can stop Chris Johnson. And if they can, I don't know. Vince Young's looked pretty good as of late. I will take the Tennessee Titans. Next game, Seattle at Denver. Seattle shocked me with how they played week 1. And Denver shocked me with how they played last year early in the season. But they lost to Jacksonville last week. I'm going to take Denver in this game because Josh McDaniels always seems to have some other trick under his sleeve. Right now I'm thinking about this and everything is telling me don't pick Denver. But it told me that the first 5 weeks of last season, and they ended up 5-0. I'm going to take the Denver Broncos in this one just because I have that feeling. Next game, St. Louis at Oakland. The bottom line with last week was Oakland looked like shit, and St. Louis looked about how I thought they would. Good, not great. Sam Bradford impressed me, though. I think he should be a successful NFL quarterback. But since it's in Oakland, and I think Jason Campbell should have a decent game. Darren McFadden, I'm not sure if Michael Bush is playing in this game. Either way, though, I'm going to take Oakland this one. Next game, New England at the Jets. I don't know. I mean, the Jets' offense looked pretty poor last week. So, as much as I don't like to usually pick against the home team, I got to take New England in this game. Tom Brady looked like a stud again. No, and I'm not saying stud like how you look. There's a difference. Some people say I say stud because, like, that's how people say when you look good. I'm not saying that about Tom Brady. With all due respect to Tom Brady, when I say stud at any point, I'm referring to on the field. Unless I'm talking about cheerleaders, and I don't call them studs. But you know what I'm getting out with that one. I'm going to take New England. I think Tom Brady looked really solid last week. I think the Patriots look solid. From what I'm told, Kevin Falk looks solid, and he's primed to have a big game this week. It shouldn't be as low scoring as last week. And the bottom line is Mark Sanchez can't throw the football. End of story. Until he can prove to me he can throw the football, I'm not going to pick the Jets. Jacksonville at San Diego next game. That seems easy to me. I'm going to take San Diego. It's at San Diego. I like how Jacksonville started last week. Another game I called Jacksonville over Broncos. That wasn't the popular pick. But I like the Chargers still. I'm not going to... I don't like the Chargers like I'm a fan. I think they're still going to win that division. I still think they're the best team out there. Ryan Matthews should have a much better game this week. Phillip Rivers should have a much better game this week. As a team, the Chargers should just have a much better game. Phillip Rivers is lacking some of his weapons, but he should still be able to win this game. And that's that. Next game, Houston at Washington. Houston beat the Colts last week. I said Houston's a team to watch out for, but even I didn't pick them against the Colts. Against the Colts. So we got them against Washington, which is an absolutely great game. But I'm taking Houston. The bottom line with, I don't know why I keep saying the bottom line, but Houston is a really, really good-looking team right now. I mean, I didn't even know who this Foster guy was a week ago. I'm like, is that Deshaun Foster out there? And it's like Adrian Foster. And AC calls me, he's like, damn, I got this guy in fantasy football. I'm going to win this week. And I'm like, oh, God, why didn't I pick this guy up? But Houston looked great. Washington did not impress me. Their defense was pretty solid, even with Albert Hainsworth, who just played like crap. I don't even know what that guy thinks, if he does think. I don't know. I'd like to get in his head for about a day. But I'll take Houston in this one. I like what they're doing down there. They have a lot of potential. Next game, Giants at Colts. I liked what the Giants did last week. I really did. But I'm not going to pick against the Colts at home. That's the bottom line. The Colts never lose when they're at home. Peyton Manning rarely loses 2 games in a row. You got to go with the Colts here. And I know, Punkum, you're probably watching this video. I know I picked against the Giants last week and it didn't go right, but believe me on this one. I got to take the Colts. Final game, Monday Night Football, New Orleans at San Francisco. Before I get to my pick, I just want to say something. Am I the only one who thinks the NFL's like trying to make New Orleans like the biggest team? Like Thursday Night Football one week, Monday Night next week. I think they should be displaying other teams too. The Texans would be one of them. These teams that are up and coming, not just the team that's there. I think the NFL is making the Saints like the big show. I'm not bagging on the Saints. I'm just saying I don't know if you should be on the 2 primetime games 2 weeks in a row. That's all I'm getting at. But I don't know. I mean, the 49ers, I never would have thought were lost to the Seahawks last week. And I know they're at home here. And some part of me is saying they're going to upset the Saints. But I'm not going to pick against the Saints. Again, the Saints are going to do better. And if I pick against the Saints, that means Drew Brees is going to have a bad game. And that means I'm screwed in fantasy football. And I'm not going to do that. So I'll go with New Orleans. I think they win this game easy. The 49ers have some work making up to do, and whether it takes Mike Singletary to say, cannot win with them, cannot play with them, can't do it again, or pull his pants down in the locker room, I don't know. But the bottom line here is the 49ers need to get their act together, and they missed out on a chance to get a quarterback. There were quarterbacks out there, they didn't get one, and they're going to pay for that one. I still think they won that division, but they're going to pay for that one. 49ers are going to lose this one. I'm Tim. This is Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. Hit me up on Twitter, Cash Kelly and AC, Facebook, Cash Kelly and AC Sports Report. Email me, cashkellyandAC@gmail.com. I'm right against my time limit here, so I got to catch you guys later. I'll see you.